Hello, welcome to Karate Diary number 10. Yes, that's right, 10. Now, if you're wondering where Karate Diary 9 is, it is on my computer and is not going to go onto YouTube because of reasons, which I really cannot be bothered to go into right now. Anyway, I have gone down to Devon this weekend to train with Wrenchy John Burke and did some Bunkai applications to various katas. Now, most of the katas I knew. We did some applications for a few katas that I didn't know, but that's fine because it's all good training anyway and the moves are still valid. But I want to just show you some of the applications that we did for the katas that I do know. So at the end of the first half, they recorded a video just as a quick summary of what we did, and then they did it again at the end. I'm not going to show you the full video, I'm just going to show you the bits which are relevant to the katas that I know. So the first one we did, I actually missed because I couldn't find the place. I actually got to the rough location early, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I was going up and down the road, up and down, and eventually, just as I was about to give up, I found it. So I got in there a little bit late. I missed the warm-up and I missed the first exercise, but luckily because they did the recap, it was on the video. Now, I'm not actually sure what kata this is from, but it does look a little bit like the opening sequence to Geki Sada Ich or Geki Sada Ni, and I'm not sure if it was actually from that kata because the footwork isn't quite the same, but anyway, it's the closest approximation that I could make out, so that's the one I'm going to go along with. So here is a quick clip of what it is that they were doing, and I'll show you the move in the kata.
Right, so having a look at what we've already covered today, and we started off by showing that if we had a straight punch come into the face, and we'd done the traditional kind of block like this, first off that there was a hand here that wasn't being used, which kind of should be used, and secondly, when we have a look at the retaliation that goes at the end of set kumite, that there used to be a way of pulling this down like this and making your set Showdown or mid-level retaliation actually to the throat. And the keys to that were that it took his balance and that he was in a very contorted position for throwing any other kinds of attack. So we mentioned that if that straight had come in, that really I might want to be looking to pull it down and break as we push this up, and that might have been a better kind of retaliation for us.
The opening move in Geki Sada Ich or Ni is cover and block. So I'll do that again. So you step out, cover, block, step and punch. Now if you notice on the clip you just saw, is doing this, and he's just punching without the step, so that's why I'm not sure what kata it's actually from, but it works really well with Geki anyway, so I'm just going to say it's for that. Next, we did the opening move to what could be high-hand Showdown, which is a kata that I do. Now, he didn't actually specify that this was high-hand Showdown, but it basically is. It's the move we'll do, this one. So I'll just show you that opening move. So the opening move for high-end Showdown is step and block. And obviously step up. If you do Shotokan, it's usually a longer stance there, but we do it a bit shorter because we do Goju-Ryu. And obviously high-hand isn't normally in Goju-Ryu, but I had someone.
The first move that a lot of us learn is to come down like this, and how we might use that from a double lapel grab, where I'm obviously worried about the headbutt or the knee, and we show coming across like this, pulling across like this, taking hold up here and dropping down, so we come this way. And we mentioned that you're going to need a big stance, because otherwise the guy falls on your leg, and then you've got a problem. We showed a couple of keys to this, digging in between the bicep and tricep into what we call the heart 3 point. How if you couldn't reach up here, take hold up here or down here on the jaw, that you might use their shoulder. And if you were a lot smaller, you might just bring your hands to the near side and crank round that way.
So the disadvantages of renting out a community centre or village hall is that the caretaker might come along to want to lock up for the night and you have to leave. And obviously, for anyone that has their own full-time dojo, that isn't an issue. Unfortunately, it is an issue for me, which is why I'm now no longer in the dojo or hall, and I'm now back at home here. Now the next move you're about to see is just a ready position that I actually like to adopt if I'm about to start a kata, or particularly in kumite, I will usually go from this position. So it's just a quick demonstration of what this can be used for.
If someone grabbed your wrists, we might take the hands up through here and pull down like this, which then has the appearance of bringing your hands up and down.
This next one is the oi position, the hands like so. This is a position that I would have done countless times throughout katas, or whether you're just standing there doing your ki on, and then like you might come back to here or whatever. So it's a really good move. You do it loads of times. I've already know several things. It could be a block to a kick. It's not the best way to block a kick ever, but it could be. So it's just a couple of new ideas for me to play around with here on what this could be here.
So we said that again, if we started off here like the beginning of a confrontation, where there's no blows being struck yet, that I might have just brought my hands up here, cut there, and pushed away like this, and that would give me this kind of ready position. From there we showed the last variation on that was that a straight push was coming in, and we're going to meet it here, cap it here, and just bring those hands down like that. So we're pushing the fingers back so that we come this way.
This next clip you'll see is doing the block, out, round, and then grab down to this position again. I actually quite like this one. It actually worked surprisingly well actually. Before we did that, which you don't see in this video, we had our arm out for a while and someone was doing like a hook punch, and seeing the difference between if you have it here, it can be bent back quite easily. You just have it out a little bit. We do the hook punch camera. It's hard to demonstrate hook punch on myself, but the hook punch was coming round and it's actually quite strong there, just doing that. Keep it just nice and relaxed. It can take quite a lot. So we're doing that first of all, and then round, and then holding the neck down, which is obviously that position.
We said that if we finally get into the position where we've got big hook punches coming in, then the first thing I want to do is get behind and use this control here.
Now the Mawashi UK, this appears in quite a few katas. Now the way I've always done this is to kind of go up under the jaw, to lift it up like so, and the way that Renchi John was suggesting is to actually go down on the jaw. Now what we did before doing that, we did a little exercise where we were just kind of tapping up on the back of the kidney there on one side, and then down. Actually it was on the same side. It's hard to demonstrate the same side of myself, but up on there and down there. And the way we did the exercise, we started off quite light and just slowly progressed up, given like a number from 1 to 10, where being 10 you literally cannot take any more, you're going to pass out, and 1 being not a lot. And actually I was really surprised how little effort it takes with a get that in the right place and then going down in the right place on the cheek. How little effort it actually takes to really make it go whoa, because I did it first on someone just gently, and then they did it on me, and it's actually, you know, really surprising how effective that is. I mean, because I say I've always done the more shiyukos to say going under the chin to push up, but getting that hit right on the kidney and on there down, and your brain just feels like it's shaking around in your head. It's really quite disturbing, and that's only a little hit. If you're to do that at full pelt, you're gonna knock someone out, so don't do it. Okay, because I didn't realise quite how effective that particular manoeuvre is. So do that one with great care if you do it like that. I'm not going to be held responsible for anyone that watches this, goes out and tries doing that on someone, and then they end up in a really bad way, because I'm saying, you know, don't do it. It's really nasty.
We had a look at the Mawashiyuki or Roundhouse Block, and we sort of saw that the similarities between that and that and that, and you know, even these kind of bow grabbing techniques that you see in Kata, compared to this, they're actually all really, really similar. So the way we showed that was to have a big hook coming in, and we were going to receive that there, bring that hand up there, and then we were going to strike down here like this. So I'm actually stood like this. We just show that off the other side so that you can see it. Here, this is going to capture here, reveal the kidney as our target. That gets a slight uplift and down on the jaw to give us that knockout strike that we're looking for.
Right, this next move you're going to see is from what we call Naifanshin Kata, but it has other various names like Naihanshi or Taki. And the move is, you've just done this move here, like so, and this is the where the Bunkai comes in. So it's obviously in Kata, it's that. So this is the move you're about to see.
Then naturally on to a look at the Naihanshi or Teki Kata, where we were again dealing with this. We were taking the grab across the body here, feeding this up into here, twisting against here, and looking at the leg lift, and saying that that could strike either the inside or the outside of the leg. And the higher up we got this collar grab, the better our choke was going to be. So we took that up there, we took hold of the elbow, and we set them off against each other so that we got a really nice little hold there.
Okay, this next move you'll see the clip for is for this move, and this appears in quite a few katas and does actually feature quite heavily in my previous karate diary, which you can't see because it's not online. However, if you know me personally, then I can show you the clip of this happening quite a lot and different variations of that high-low, high, like so, with fists. So if you do know me, ask me and I'll show you quite a lot of clips of that. However, for the purposes of this video, is the clip you're about to see and now.
Things that are called double Newquay or spear hand, where the hands are coming around like this, or even if it were the Yoi position or ready position to some kata that start that way. We might say that we're into here like this. I might tuck the head down and put him in that position, drive the hands up over, and we might go for that lift there. Or it might be that we're in that kind of fight where he's zooming for that. He might be trying to rugby tackle me over, and I might bring those hands into there. If I can't do a lift, I might do a shove and get the fingertips in just over the bridge of the hip bones instead. And we make sure that people are aware of the safety of not driving that into the centre line on the lady, because we don't want to do that to them. We also said that if I didn't manage, because of the broad back of my training partner, to go all the way around there, I could just come in here and do the same thing on the gap between the trapezius and the collarbone. And we said we could just dig into that and drive in that way. Or even if we've come in and I've pushed the head to there, I can still feed into this area using that same cutting motion or stabbing motion, if you think about the fingertips as being spears.
This next move, the augmented Newquay. Now I do this move in Seinshin Kata. We go in, obviously round, out and back. Now I don't think he actually took this move from Seinshin, but it's actually exactly the same. Newquay augmented. Now obviously normally we do the absolute, maybe something standing up. Although Renchi John decided to take it a little bit differently and suggest that maybe you could do it for some groundwork. We
had this idea that the head's been pulled down to here, we get that locked into there, and then I cut my own hand and apply it up like this, pushing against the neck. Only trouble was, I showed it to you on the floor with his foot. We showed you that from here, I would have this up under here like this, and then I would press against the Achilles tendon with my radial bone, and I'd just give that a little assist with that hand. There are dangers here, of course. Danger is that he'll try and kick me with that. So I might very well just keep that in place while I'm doing it, see him roll his hip that way for safety. So what I might do is be very, very close, and we'll use that to stop him from rolling his hip to safety and stop him from kicking me. Put that pressure on very, very quickly.
While he was doing the recap video, he's also suggesting other things you could do while on the ground, and he briefly suggested you could do this to push down on the knees. And we didn't actually do that exercise, but again that just reaffirms to me that that could be Seiyunshin, so it's all kind of blending into one.
And we can always have a little pray while we're down here, because that's always good on a Sunday.
At the end, we did some basic raising block and stuff like that. Obviously that's one that I might take from high-end Kata anyway, but then we tried it out with things like Soto Oke, which is obviously one that I know to grab Soto, then tried it with the Chudan Oke, and then the Gidan Oke or Gidan Barais. So that was pretty much it.
We had the big hook, and we were receiving that and showing the very simple rising block. Oh yeah, I stopped it here because if I put it up here we have a problem. So we just cut that like that. Then we moved to an outside to inside block, and then we moved to a down block, and then we moved to a inside to outside block.
Okay, so I'm now back in my normal recording place, obviously in my bedroom. I'd like to thank everyone down in Newton Abbot for a great day training. I learned quite a lot of stuff that I will be using in my Kata Bunkai, so it was really helpful. And there's some other stuff that I haven't included in this video from katas that I will be learning later on, so I remember those applications. Obviously there are a few katas in there that I don't know and not part of the system that I do, but it's still good to learn these things because it's all karate at the end of the day. Right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting and informative. As I say, I will put a link down below in the description if you want to have access to the full length video. The full version from Renchi John is about 20 minutes long, whereas obviously I only used about 7 minutes from what I took, so there's quite a bit more in there that I haven't included. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you subscribe, that would be great. I don't always do karate videos, I also do other random stuff and how-to videos, but if you like the karate stuff, subscribe anyway, because I will continue to do karate videos along with all the other stuff as well. So, hope to see you soon, thanks for watching, and see ya later!